Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be looking at action, sports anime called Blue Lock. Yoichi Isagi had the golden opportunity to score a goal, but he hesitated at the last moment, while passing to his teammate, allowing Ryosuke Kira, his opponent, to steal the ball and score the winning goal for their team, securing their place in the finals. On his way back home, he starts to break down, questioning if things would have been different if he had taken the shot himself. He realizes he should have been more self-centered in that critical moment. At home, he finds a letter from JFU, inviting him to become a certified athlete. Isagi accepts the invite and goes to the assigned location, where he runs into Kira. They enter the building and are surprised to see that 298 other people have been called as well. A man, Jinpachi Ego, walks on stage and tells them that they lack the hunger to be a striker and that they will be undergoing a special elimination-based training program, Blue Lock. The person who comes out on top will be the best striker in the world. However, if they get eliminated, they will never be able to represent Japan again. While Kira gets mad at this preposterous notion, Isagi's blood boils with excitement and rushes forward to sign up along with everyone else. Isagi gets transferred to Building 5 at Blue Lock, where he is given his uniform with his rank in Team 299Z. He enters his room and sees 11 other people besides him, including Kira. A screen turns on in the room and Ego appears. He tells them that they will be playing tag with a football, and the last one to be tagged before the timer runs out will be eliminated. The timer starts and Igarashi, the lowest rank, manages to tag Isagi. Isagi sees Meguru Bakira sleeping on the ground. He thinks of tagging him but changes his mind and decides to go for the strongest player. But Bakira gets up, takes the ball from him, and heads straight for Kira, who tries to get away. At the last moment, Bakira passes the ball to Isagi, who kicks it straight into Kira's face, eliminating him. Kira barely gets his bearings when Ego tells him that he has been disqualified, making him lose it. Ego tells him that the room he's in is the same size as a penalty area where the majority of goals are born. He had 136 seconds, the average time a player has with a ball in a match, but he chose to run instead. Kira leaves, mad that his career has just ended. Isagi doesn't know why he hit the ball but loves the wave of excitement. Ego tells them that they are Team Z. Sometimes they will work together and sometimes against each other here at Blue Lock. For the next few days, Isagi trains with his teammates to improve his stamina. The food they get depends on their rank. One night, Isagi decides to train instead of sleeping and goes to the field, where he sees Bakira. He asks him why he passed him the ball, and Bakira tells him that there is a monster inside him that told him to pass it to him. He goes on to suggest that Isagi may have a similar force within him. After the new rankings are announced, Isagi heads back to his room and discovers that he now holds the 274th position. As the screen flickers back to life, Ego materializes to elucidate their predicament. With 275 players remaining, they have been assigned to teams labeled from A to Z, and unfortunately, Isagi's team has been designated as the weakest. However, if they ascend the ranks, they will be granted access to superior facilities and nourishment. Ego explains to them that there will be an elimination tournament for the 5 in Building 5. The top teams and highest scorers of losing teams with the lowest penalty points will progress, while the rest will be dropped out. Isagi's team first match turns out to be against Team X. Team Z then decides their positioning by rock, paper, scissors, and Isagi gets to be the center forward. The match starts and Isagi's team is in shambles from the beginning. Everyone tries to keep the ball to themselves, but Shuibaro, a player of Team X, takes the ball and easily scores a goal, rallying his team together. While everyone on Team Z fights, Team X keeps on scoring goals, ramping up to 5-0. In the last quarter, Bakira tells Isagi to make the goal while he tries to distract them. They try to implement the strategy, but Baro blocks him. Reichai and Kunigami appear behind him and Isagi instantly smells a goal. Without any hesitation, Isagi passes to Kunigami, who scores. The timer runs out and Team Z loses with 5-1. Baro walks up to Isagi and tells him that if he hesitates like this in front of a goal, he is not cut out to be a striker and has no talent. After the match, everyone huddles together and starts to fight for losing the match, but Wataru stops them, saying that if they lose the next match they will be out. The screen turns on again and Ego gives them a hint that they need to find their weapon. Before the next match, everyone gets together to find out what they are good at, but Isagi doesn't know what he has. Wataru asks Chijiri about his weapon, but he refuses to tell them. They also come up with a strategy to rotate from the front except for Lemon and Chijiri, allowing everyone a chance to attack the goal. After training, Isagi is having his dinner when Kunigami comes to thank him for passing him the ball the other day. He redeems his points and gives Isagi half of his stake. Kunigami asks why he chose to pass the ball to him instead of Reichai. Isagi describes the sensation as if he could instinctively smell the goal, while Kunigami suggests that this ability might be Isagi's secret weapon. The next day they face off against Team Y, ready to deal with their top scorer, Akawa. The match starts and they put their strategy into motion, but Team Y's defense turns out to be too strong. As Isagi's intuition prickles, he witnesses Nico execute an impressive pass to Akawa, skillfully evading the opposing team's defense and securing a goal. Isagi realizes that it's Nico who's calling all the shots on Team Y and blocks him off during the entire second half, allowing Gagamaru to score, making them even. For every single pass, Isagi shuts Nico down and keeps the ball away from him. In the last 60 seconds of the match, Team Y passes the ball to Akawa and everyone attacks at once. They run past Team Z's weak defense straight to the goal, but Isagi smells a goal and manages to take the ball from Akawa and pass it forward to Bakira and Kunigami, who take the ball to the enemy's goal. In the end, Bakira passes to Isagi, who makes it there just in time to score a goal, winning the match. Isagi surveys the fallen Team Y lying on the ground and unexpectedly experiences a sense of satisfaction for having shattered their aspirations. After winning the match, the team celebrates their victory, but Isagi observes that Chijiri is not joining in the celebration. Later that night, he goes out and sees Chijiri watching the previous match footage. Chijiri declines to disclose his weapon when Isagi inquires about it. However, Isagi encourages him to share more about himself, prompting Chijiri to reveal that he suffered an ACL tear in his leg a year prior. He further explains that his motive for being here is to find a way to relinquish his football career. The next day during training, Igo tells them that their next match is against Team W and updates their ranking, making Isagi the top player of their team. He then urges the team to polish their weapons for the upcoming match. The team strategizes to defeat Team W, with their main focus on defeating the Wanama brothers, who are Team W's star players. The next day, the match commences and the Wanama brothers quickly take possession of the ball, effortlessly getting past Chijiri while mocking his glass leg. Isagi steps up to block their attacks and urges Chijiri to regain his focus. Initially, Team Z leads 3-0 at halftime. However, things take a turn for the worse in the second half as Wataru's careless mistakes cost them 2 goals. Isagi notices that Wataru is strangely smiling and realizes that he has betrayed them when the score reaches 3-3. By conspiring with the enemy and scoring the highest goals, Wataru has secured his position in Blue Lock and dug a grave for his teammates. Upon confrontation, Wataru tells them that after they lose today, they will be going home while he will remain here for being the top scorer. If they win, they will fight against the impossible Team V, so he did what he thought was right for him. He tells them that it is now 10 of them against 12 of Team W and goes to join the enemy's roster. At the moment, the score stands at 4-3. Lemon makes a crucial block to prevent a goal and urges the team to score at least one more goal to secure a tie. Chijiri attempts to defend the ball, but the Wanama brothers effortlessly take possession and even taunt him in the process. From the age of 6, Chijiri has aspired to become the world's best striker. While attending the same school as the Wanama brothers, who were envious of his skills, he sustained an injury that left him feeling fearful. Consequently, he no longer wishes to continue playing football, feeling as though his leg is bound to the ground. However, upon observing Isagi's unyielding determination to succeed, Chijiri experiences a rush of excitement and decides to give football one last attempt. As Isagi gazes across the field, he catches a whiff of opportunity in the air. His eyes land on Chijiri, who is hurtling towards the goal with astonishing velocity. Isagi swiftly passes the ball to Chijiri, who deftly catches it and bolts ahead, leaving his competitors in the dust. In a thrilling moment, Chijiri manages to score a goal, tying the game. The team goes to the cafeteria to have some food, where they see Wataru conspiring with Team V's top players, Mikage, Nagi, and Tsurugi. The rest of them enter the room and stop Wataru in his tracks. While everyone else advises Wataru to stay off the playing field in the next match, Team V disregards him. Later on, in their room, Igo criticizes their success so far, attributing it to pure luck. Igo emphasizes that the world's best strikers possess the skill to replicate even the most challenging goals, which they are unable to accomplish. Hence, they require a formula for scoring. Isagi goes to the playing field to see Barrow. He edges him on to teach him how to be like him, but Barrow refuses. He plays a couple of rounds with Isagi, giving him enough information to formulate a plan for what he has to do. Isagi returns to his room, but finds himself trembling with anticipation for the upcoming match and that everyone else is equally on edge. Right now, he cannot use his weapon whenever he wants. He needs to make a formula for his abilities, but that can only be done tomorrow on the field. The next day, they decide their roles before the match begins. As soon as the ball kicks off, they put their plan into motion and instantly take possession of the ball and nearly score a goal. Mikage tells Nagi to copy their move. He passes the ball to Nagi from across the field, who easily controls it midair and scores a goal, calling it easy. Everyone is shocked that a strategy they took so long to develop got taken down so easily. To Isagi, Nagi isn't even human. Team Z shifts into an offensive strategy as Kunigami attempts to move the ball within his shooting range. However, Mikic successfully intercepts the ball and swiftly passes it back to Nagi. The defenders run in to stop him from pulling the same trick again, but Nagi completely changes his form, scoring a goal. The game resumes with Isagi passing the ball to Chijiri, but Tsurugi manages to outrun him and intercepts the ball. Tsurugi then passes the ball to Mikic, who clears a path for him to score, resulting in a quick 3-0 lead early in the game. Bakira takes control of the ball and encourages Isagi to stay focused, but their original plan not working. Bakira improvises his dribbling technique to bypass the defenders and successfully scores a goal. Isagi instructs Reichai to focus on keeping Mikic occupied while they block the other opponents and create an opportunity. Tsurugi receives the ball and attempts to pass it to Nagi, but Chijiri intercepts just in time, preventing him from advancing. As a result, Kunigami seizes the chance and takes control of the ball. He skillfully shoots from beyond his 28-meter range, imparting a spin that eludes the goalkeeper and scores a goal. The second half starts and Team V beefs up its defenses. Chijiri gets possession of the ball but gets blocked by Tsurugi. He realizes that Tsurugi only has high initial acceleration and he cannot keep it up for long, so he shoots the ball to the side and outruns him, scoring a goal and bringing the score to 3-3. Wataru cannot believe what he is witnessing right now. The top team of Building 5 is being taken down by the weakest team with only 10 men at that too. Right at that moment, Nagi awakens and starts to make his own plays. He takes the ball from Mikic and makes his way to the goal all by himself, dribbling like a pro. Nagi cannot believe that he is trying so hard. He passes the ball to Tsurugi and gets in position before scoring a goal. Isagi realizes that they are not the only ones evolving. Chijiri takes the ball and outruns Tsurugi as Isagi holds Nagi back. His attempt at a goal gets blocked, but Kunigami gets there just in time to score. Isagi notices that he can anticipate what is going to happen before it does, and that is his special ability. Wataru is shocked at how both teams are still at each other's throats. All he has to do is wait it out and he will advance no matter what, but it doesn't sit right with him. He watches as Nagi outmaneuvers Isagi, making a beeline for the goal. Just before he hits the ball into the goal, Wataru tackles Nagi, earning a red card. The entire team is shocked at what he just did. Wataru tells them to win no matter what and leaves the field. As Team V receives a free kick, Lemon, being aware of Blue Lock's tactics, anticipates Mikic's intention to take the shot himself. Therefore, Lemon positions himself in front of the goalpost to prevent Mikic from scoring and successfully blocks the attempt. This move grants Isagi an opportunity to gain control of the ball. Isagi, Bakira, Chijiri, and Kunigami shoot toward the opponent's goal, passing the ball between them and getting past their defenses. Ultimately, Bakira transfers the ball to Isagi, who intends to score the goal. However, Nagi manages to catch up to him, causing Isagi to pause for a moment. Despite this, Isagi comes to a realization that he has discovered his unique approach. He must prevent others from obstructing the future he envisions. With great determination, Isagi decides to take the shot himself instead of passing, ultimately scoring the game-winning goal, just as he had predicted. Team Z starts to cheer as they have just done the impossible. Kunigami invites Wataru to join them, but Reichai punches him in the face first before allowing him to join them. The results are announced. By max points, Team V got first place while Z the second. Everyone returns to their room to celebrate. The next day, Ego tells them that they will be doing physical conditioning without touching the ball. 10 days later, they are told to report to the central basement. Upon entering the basement, everyone is shocked to see people from other buildings having the same rank as them. On the screen, Ego appears and delivers a motivational speech to the participants of Blue Lock. He informs them that there is only one building, Building 5, where the selection process will take place. Ego aims to inspire and push the participants by letting them know that they are currently at the bottom of the barrel. Ego goes on to explain the second stage of the selection process, which will be conducted solo and will consist of 5 stages. Each stage needs to be cleared before progressing to the next one. The selected participants who pass all 5 stages will receive the opportunity to participate in a training camp that includes the world's top handpicked players. Isagi embarks on his inaugural challenge, facing a penalty area equipped with a holographic goalie. The objective is to score 100 goals within a 90-minute time frame. With the ball dropping from above, Isagi sets to work, gradually honing his skills and chipping away at the target. As he progresses, the level of difficulty increases, with defenders suddenly appearing on the field, moving erratically. The speed at which the ball descends also fluctuates, and the goalpost shifts constantly, providing an ever-changing landscape for Isagi to navigate. Isagi clears up with time to spare and heads to the next room where he meets Bakira. The rules for the next stage dictate that they need to make teams of 3. Bakira and Isagi team up with Nagi and head on to the next stage where they run into Rin Itoshi, the top player in the entire Blue Lock, waiting with Takamitsu Ayashi and Ryu Jubei, the third and second rankers. On the screen, Ego presents an opportunity for the teams to challenge any opponent they desire. The rules state that the winner can select a player from the losing team to join their ranks, and this process will continue until both sides reach a 5v5 stage. If any team has only one player remaining, they will be disqualified. In an effort to recruit the strongest player available, Isagi decides to challenge Itoshi to a match, and Itoshi agrees to indulge him. If you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to get notified about our quality uploads.